My beloved child, stop. Do not scroll past this moment. This is not a coincidence. This is not the result of a random algorithm or a digital chance. This is a divine appointment that I, your Creator, have set on your calendar before the foundations of the earth were laid. I have arrested your attention right now because there is an urgency in the spirit realm concerning your life. You have been praying, you have been crying out in the secret places, asking for a sign, asking for a way out, asking if I still hear you. Listen to my voice now. I am speaking directly to your spirit. I am cutting through the noise of the world, through the chaos of your thoughts, and through the lies of the enemy to tell you this: I see you. I know exactly where you are, and I know exactly what you are facing. Do not turn away. If you leave now, you may miss the very key that unlocks the door you have been pounding on for years. Before I reveal the blessing that is rushing towards you, I need you to acknowledge this divine connection. The enemy wants you to think you are alone, but you are here with me. Declare your presence in my courts right now. Type "I am here, Lord," or 7007 in the comments to open the gates of heaven and signal to the spiritual realm that you are ready to receive. Do not be a spectator. Be a receiver. You are not like them. You have felt it your entire life, haven't you? A gnawing sense that you do not belong to the crowd. You look at the world around you, at the 99%, and you see them walking in a rhythm that you cannot seem to catch. You have tried to fit in. I have seen you trying to shrink yourself to fit into rooms that were too small for your spirit. I have seen you dim your light so that you would not blind those around you. You have tried to speak their language, to laugh at their jokes, to pursue their hollow dreams, but it leaves you feeling empty, drained, and exhausted. You wonder why you cannot just be normal. You wonder why the things that satisfy others leave you starving. My precious one, listen to me. You cannot fit in because you were never designed to fit in. You were designed to stand out. You are trying to find comfort in a crowd that was created to be led by you, not to embrace you. I have seen you trying to walk among the chickens, pecking at the ground, keeping your head down, trying to survive on the scraps of this world. But how can an eagle fit in with chickens? An eagle was born for the heights. An eagle was born to soar above the storm, not to hide from it. The discomfort you feel is not a defect. It is your destiny calling out to you. It is the deep crying out to the deep. Stop running from your difference. Your difference is not a curse. It is your qualification. I want you to stay connected to my voice, for I have much more to reveal to you about your future and the victory I have prepared. Before I speak deeper into your spirit, join this family of believers so you never walk alone again. Subscribe to this channel now. Let this be your sanctuary, a place where you return to be refilled when the world drains you. Do it now as a prophetic act that you are aligning yourself with my truth. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why the impossible situations in your life, the financial mountains, the emotional valleys, the doors that have slammed in your face are not accidents. They are not punishments. They are the stage I have set. You are not behind. You are being positioned. The very things that seem impossible to you right now are the raw materials I am using to build a testimony that will shake your generation. I am about to explain why you have been the black sheep, why you have been rejected, and why that rejection was actually my divine protection over your life. Open your heart. The shift begins now. My beloved child, I want to touch a wound today that you have covered up for a very long time. I want to speak to the part of you that feels like a stranger in your own life, a foreigner in your own family, and an outcast in the very places where you should feel most at home. I know the label the world has placed upon you. I know the whisper that follows you when you leave the room. They call you the black sheep. They call you the difficult one, the intense one, the one who just doesn't fit in with the program. You have carried this burden of being the outsider for so long that you have started to believe something is wrong with you. You look at your siblings, your cousins, your colleagues, and you see them connecting so easily. They laugh at things that you find shallow. They chase after things that you find meaningless. And you stand there in the middle of a crowded room, feeling a loneliness so deep it aches in your bones. I have seen the family gatherings where you sat in the corner, smiling on the outside, but screaming on the inside. I have seen you try to share your heart, try to share a dream I placed inside you, only to be met with blank stares, awkward silences, or worse, sarcastic remarks that cut like knives. They told you to be realistic. They told you to stop living in the clouds. They made you feel that your passion was a flaw and your sensitivity was a weakness. You went home that night and cried yourself to sleep, asking me, Lord, why am I like this? Why can't I just be like them? You have felt rejected by the very people who were supposed to love you unconditionally. You have felt like an orphan, even though you have parents. I want you to know that I was there. I was holding you when they turned their backs. I was listening when they shut you down. I saw you when you extended your hand in kindness, only to have it bitten. I saw you when you gave your last dollar to help someone, and they didn't even say thank you. I saw you when you forgave them for the 10th time, and they used your forgiveness as permission to hurt you again. You have poured out love into buckets that have holes in them. You have tried to buy their acceptance with your generosity, hoping that if you just did enough, achieved enough, or gave enough, they would finally see you. But they still don't see you. They see the version of you that serves them, but they do not see the spirit within you that is crying out for connection. You are exhausted. You are tired of wearing the mask. You are tired of lowering your frequency to match their static. My precious one, if you are feeling this heavy weight of being misunderstood, I need you to press the like button right now. Let it be a signal to the heavens that you are done pretending. Let it be an acknowledgement that you are ready to be healed from the trauma of rejection. Listen to me closely. The reason you are the black sheep is not because you are bad. It is not because you are flawed. It is because you are different by design. The black sheep is often the only one telling the truth in a family of liars. The black sheep is the cycle breaker. You are the one sent to break the generational curses that have held your bloodline captive for decades. Of course, they don't understand you. You are speaking a language of freedom to people who have grown comfortable in their chains. You are bringing light into a room where people have adjusted to the dark. Do not expect the blind to appreciate the colors of your soul. I need you to understand that this rejection is actually my protection. If they had accepted you, you would have become like them. If they had embraced you fully, you would have settled for their limitations. I allowed the discomfort. I allowed the separation. I allowed you to feel like an outcast so that you would not become attached to a place that you have outgrown. You are not a black sheep. You are a chosen vessel. You are not rejected. You are set apart. The loneliness you feel is the cost of the anointing upon your life. I have separated you for myself. Before we move forward, I want you to release this burden. Stop looking for validation in dry wells. Stop asking for water from rocks that cannot yield it. I am your source. I am your validator. And I am telling you today that you are my masterpiece. You are not too much. You are exactly enough. The world may not get you, but I made you, and I am pleased with you. Prepare your heart, for I am about to explain exactly why I made you this way, and how this very pain is the fuel for your promotion. My child, I hear the thoughts that race through your mind when the house is quiet, and the distractions of the day have faded. I see the anxiety that grips your chest when you open your bank account, and see a number that does not match the size of the dream I have placed in your heart. You look at the vision I gave you, a vision of abundance, of influence, of helping thousands. And then you look at your reality, and you feel a crushing weight of impossibility. You look at your hands, and they seem empty. You look at your resume, your background, your education, and you see gaps. You see flaws. You see a history of almost and not quite. The enemy has been whispering a lie into your ear so consistently that it has started to sound like your own voice. He says, you are not enough. You are not smart enough. You are not talented enough. You are too old. It is too late. You are unqualified. I know you have stood in front of mirrors and felt like a fraud. You have walked into rooms and felt like a child wearing grown-up clothes, terrified that at any moment someone will point a finger at you and expose you. You compare yourself to the giants around you, people who seem to have the connections, the inheritance, the polished speech, and the perfect record. Beside them, you feel small. Beside them, you feel like a mistake. I have seen you staring at the ceiling at night, replaying your failures like a movie that never ends. You think about the businesses that didn't launch, the relationships that fell apart, the investments that went wrong. You carry the shame of these things like a heavy backpack that you cannot take off. You tell yourself, if I were truly chosen, I wouldn't struggle like this. If God was really with me, I wouldn't be this far behind. I know the sting of the doors that have slammed in your face recently. You gathered all your courage, you prepared, you prayed, and you walked up to that opportunity with hope in your eyes, only to hear the word no. You were rejected for the loan. You were passed over for the promotion. You were ghosted by the person you thought was sent to help you. You felt the cold wind of rejection, and it made you question everything. You thought, maybe I heard God wrong. Maybe I am just making this up. You feel unqualified because you are measuring yourself by human standards. You are looking for a credential from the world to validate a calling from heaven. But listen to me, my beloved. Who told you that you were unqualified? Who told you that your past defines your future? Did I say that? Or did the world say that? If you are feeling the weight of this imposter syndrome, if you are feeling that you are swimming in waters too deep for you, type, I trust you, Lord, in the comments. Declare right now that you are shifting your focus from your lack to my abundance. Do not let the enemy silence you. I want you to know that the feeling of being unqualified is actually a prerequisite for a miracle. If you had everything you needed, if you had all the money, all the degrees, and all the connections, you would not need me. You would rely on your own strength. But I have allowed you to come to the end of your rope. I have allowed you to feel this inadequacy, not to destroy you, but to empty you. I cannot fill a cup that is already full of its own pride. I need you empty. I need you to know that you cannot do this on your own, so that when the breakthrough comes, and it is coming, you will know without a shadow of a doubt that it was my hand that did it. Your lack of qualification is the very stage upon which I perform my greatest works. You think your weakness disqualifies you. No, my child. Your weakness is the open door for my power. You are not breaking. You are being positioned for a takeover. The world selects the strong, but I select the available. And because you have nothing left to lose, you are finally dangerous enough to win. I know the pattern. I know the rhythm of your nights. The world is asleep, the house is silent, but you are wide awake. It is 300 a.m. again. You didn't choose to wake up. Your body jolted you awake as if an alarm went off in your spirit. Your heart is pounding against your ribs like a trapped bird. There is a tightness in your chest, a heavy stone of anxiety that refuses to move. You look at the clock, dreading the morning, because you don't have the strength to face another day, yet fearing the darkness, because it is filled with your own thoughts. Your mind starts to race, looping through the same worries, the same fears, the same what-ifs that plagued you yesterday. What if the money runs out? What if the report is bad? What if I fail? This is not just insomnia, my child. This is a spiritual siege. This is the enemy trying to wear you down when your defenses are lowest, trying to steal your peace before the sun even rises. I have watched you in those hollow hours. I have seen you bury your face in the pillow so your family wouldn't hear you sob. I have heard the silent scream that rises from the pit of your stomach, a cry so deep it has no words. It is a groan of the spirit. You whisper my name, but sometimes it feels like you are speaking to the ceiling. You feel like your prayers are hitting a roof of brass and bouncing back to you. You ask God, do you even care? Are you asleep? Have you forgotten me? The silence in the room feels deafening, and in that silence the enemy whispers that I have abandoned you. You feel isolated, trapped in a cycle of fear that no one else understands. You put on a brave face during the day. You tell everyone I'm fine. But at night the mask comes off and the dam breaks. You are carrying the weight of the world and your shoulders are trembling. But listen to me now, my precious one. You were never alone in that room. I was right there, sitting by your bedside. I saw every tear that escaped your eyes, and I did not let a single one fall to the ground. I caught them. Your tears are liquid prayers. They are a language that heaven understands, even when you have no words left to speak. I was the one holding you together when you felt like you were falling apart. I was the strength that kept your heart beating when panic tried to stop it. You felt me silent, but I was not absent. A teacher is often silent during the test. I was silent because I was working on something deep inside of you that words could not fix. I was fortifying your spirit. I was expanding your capacity to trust. Those sleepless nights are not in vain. I am turning your battleground into holy ground. The enemy thought he could break you with anxiety, but I am using those hours to build an intimacy with you that you could never have in the noise of the day. Wipe your eyes now. The weeping may endure for the night, but I promise you joy is coming in the morning. And that morning is closer than you think. My child, now that I have touched your pain, I must open your eyes to the truth behind it. You have spent years wondering what is wrong with you. You have analyzed your personality, analyzed your social skills, and analyzed your appearance, thinking that if you just tweaked one little thing, the world would accept you. But I am here to tell you that the problem is not a flaw in your character. The problem is the light in your spirit. You do not fit in because you are carrying a voltage that this world cannot handle. You are carrying something called the anointing. The anointing is not just a blessing. It is a burden. It is a heavy mantle of glory that rests upon your shoulders. When you walk into a room, even if you do not say a word, the spirit within you clashes with the spirits in the world. Light does not blend with darkness. It exposes it. Have you noticed that people get irritated with you for no reason? Have you noticed that people who are calm with everyone else suddenly become agitated or defensive around you? That is not social awkwardness, my beloved. That is the demons in them reacting to the God in you. Your very presence makes their shadows uncomfortable. You are trying to make friends with people who are committed to the systems of this world. But I have called you to dismantle those systems. You are trying to find comfort in a crowd that is walking towards a cliff. But I have called you to stand in the gap and turn them around. You are a thermostat, not a thermometer. A thermometer just reflects the temperature of the room, fitting in perfectly with the environment. But a thermostat changes the temperature. I created you to shift atmospheres. I created you to walk into chaos and bring order. Do not expect to be comfortable in the chaos you were sent to conquer. Listen to my word in John 15:19. For it was written for this exact moment in your life. If you were of the world would love its own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Let those words sink deep into your marrow. The rejection you feel is actually the evidence of your election. If you were one of them, if you gossiped like them, if you compromised like them, if you lived without purpose like them, then they would love you. They would celebrate you because you would make them feel safe in their mediocrity. But I chose you out of the world. I plucked you from the crowd. I set a seal upon your forehead that says, "Reserved for God." You are trying to force a connection where I have commanded a separation. Stop mourning the loss of people who cannot survive where I am taking you. Stop trying to dim your light just to make their eyes feel better. The friction you feel is the confirmation that you are moving in the opposite direction of the flow. You are swimming upstream towards your destiny. Embrace the separation, for it is the only way you will survive the elevation I am about to bring. My child, let us silence the voice of the accuser once and for all. You have been looking at your life through the lens of human logic, and that is why you are discouraged. The world tells you that to be chosen, you must be perfect. The world says you need the right degree, the right pedigree, the right bank account, and a flawless past. But since when have I ever followed the rules of men? I am the God who writes straight with crooked lines. I do not look at the outer appearance, for that is deceitful. I look at the heart. And in your heart, despite all your fears and mistakes, I see a posture of surrender that is more valuable to me than 1,000 degrees from the most prestigious universities. You worry that you are not good enough to carry the blessing I have for you. But listen to this truth: I do not call the qualified, I qualify the called. If I only used perfect people, nothing would ever get done on this earth. Look at my history. Look at the generals in my army. Who were they? They were the outcasts and the rejects, and the least likely to succeed according to society. Consider my servant David. When the prophet Samuel came to anoint the next king of Israel, David wasn't even in the room. His own father didn't think he was worth inviting. He was out in the field smelling of sheep, just a boy with a harp and a sling. He was the youngest and the smallest, the invisible one. But while men looked at the stature of his brothers, I was looking at the spirit of David. I bypassed the strong, the tall, and the impressive to choose the one who had a heart after me. You feel like David today, overlooked, underestimated, and left out in the field while others sit at the table. But do not fear. The oil of anointing will not flow until you are in the room. I will stop the proceedings of the entire world just to bring you from the back of the line to the front. Consider Moses. He was a murderer on the run. He had a temper. He stuttered and argued with me, saying, "I cannot speak." If you looked at his resume, he was a fugitive with a speech impediment. Yet I made him the voice that brought an empire to its knees. Consider Peter. He was a rough fisherman, impulsive, emotional, and unstable. He denied me 3 times in my darkest hour. Yet I made him the rock upon which I built my church. Why do I do this? Why do I choose the broken vessels, my word? In 1 Corinthians 1:27 declares it plainly. But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. I choose you precisely because you are weak in your own strength. If you were mighty on your own, you would steal my glory. But because you know you are nothing without me, I can trust you with everything. So lift up your head. Stop disqualifying yourself based on your past. Your past is not a life sentence, it is a lesson plan. Your failures were not fatalities. They were fertilizer for the growth that is happening now. You are qualified not because of what you have done, but because of whose blood covers you. I have stamped approved on your life, and no human opinion can erase that seal. You are ready. My child, I know that right now you are staring at a mountain that looks too high to climb. You are looking at a situation, perhaps in your finances, your health, or your marriage, that seems utterly dead. The doctors may have given their report. The lawyers may have said there is no way out. The bank account may be screaming insufficient funds. To the human eye, it looks like the end of the road. It looks like defeat. You are trembling, wondering how you will survive this week, let alone the rest of the year. But I want you to shift your perspective immediately. What you call a dead end, I call a setup. What you call a disaster, I call a stage. You have asked me, why is this so hard? Why did you let it get this bad? Why didn't you step in sooner? Listen to me. I often wait until the situation is beyond human repair before I intervene. Why? Because if I had fixed it when it was just a small problem, you might have thought it was your own cleverness that solved it. You might have thought it was luck or coincidence. But when the situation is impossible, when there is absolutely no way out but up, that is when I step in. I bring you to the Red Sea with the army behind you and the water before you, not to drown you, but to split the sea. I want there to be no doubt in your mind or in the minds of those watching you that I am God. I want you to understand a spiritual law. Man's extremity is God's opportunity. Your impossible is my playground. I do not panic when things go wrong. I do not wring my hands when the economy crashes. I sit on the throne, and the earth is my footstool. Do you really think a credit score or a diagnosis is stronger than the one who spoke the universe into existence? Remember my word in Luke 1:37. For with God nothing shall be impossible. That is not just a poetic phrase. That is a legal binding decree from heaven. The word impossible does not exist in my vocabulary. It is a word created by limited minds to describe things they cannot control. So do not despair when you see the odds stacked against you. In fact, I want you to get excited. When the odds are 1,000,000-1, that is when I do my best work. The bigger the obstacle, the greater the glory. You are currently in the middle of a testimony that will save thousands of people in the future. You are living through the chapter of the story where the hero looks defeated, just so the victory at the end is that much more sweet. Stand firm. Do not look at the waves. Look at me. I am about to turn your no way into a new way. The impossible is about to bow down to the name of Jesus. My child, I need to speak to you about the loneliness that has recently entered your life. I see the confusion in your heart regarding the relationships that have suddenly gone cold. You are grieving the loss of friends you thought would be there forever. You are questioning why that romantic partner walked away without a valid reason. You are wondering why family members have stopped calling. You have been blaming yourself, asking, what did I do wrong? Was I not enough? Did I say something to offend them? You have been trying to fix things, sending texts that go unanswered, trying to glue back together pieces of a vase that I broke on purpose. Stop trying to resurrect what I have buried. Stop crying over people who were only assigned to your history, not your destiny. You are looking at these separations as a rejection, but I need you to see them as a redirection. I am not punishing you. I am pruning you. A gardener does not cut the branches of a vine because he hates the tree. He cuts them because he loves the future fruit. If I allowed those people to stay attached to you, they would have sucked the life out of your next season. They were comfortable with your past, but they are not equipped for your future. They loved you when you were broken, but they would have resented you when you are whole. You must understand that not everyone can go where I am taking you. The air is getting thinner up here. The elevation is increasing. If you try to carry dead weight up a mountain, you will collapse. I removed them because their hearts were not right toward you. I heard the conversations they had about you when you were not in the room. I saw the jealousy they hid behind their smiles. I saw the secret competitions they were having with you. You were loyal to them, but they were not loyal to you. I love you too much to let you be surrounded by hidden enemies. I removed them to protect you. Do not chase after them. Do not beg them to return. When I shut a door, do not try to pick the lock. I am clearing your table. Imagine a banquet table cluttered with old dirty dishes, stagnant water, and stale crumbs. You are asking me for a fresh feast. You are asking for new opportunities, new divine connections, and a new level of abundance. But my child, where would I put it? Your life is too full of the old. I had to remove the wrong people to make space for the right people. I had to clear the clutter so I could lay out the blessing I have prepared. The isolation you feel right now is the incubator room. When a seed is planted, it must be hidden in the dirt alone before it can break through to the sunlight. You are in a sacred season of separation. I have pulled you away from the noise so you can hear my instructions clearly. The people who walked away, let them go, bless them, and release them. They have served their purpose. They were lessons, not lifetime partners. Prepare your heart, for the void they left is not going to remain empty. I am about to send you kingdom connections, people, who will not just take from you, but pour into you. People who will speak life into your vision, not doubt. People who will mention your name in rooms full of opportunity. But you cannot receive the new tribe until you stop mourning the old one. Wipe your tears. The pruning is over. The blooming is about to begin. My beloved, hear the sound of the wind changing. Can you feel it? The atmosphere around you is shifting. For a long time, you have felt like you were swimming against the current, fighting for every inch of ground, only to be pushed back 2 steps. You have felt like the underdog in a fight that was fixed against you. But I am here to declare that the season of struggle is officially over. We are entering the season of the great reversal. The chessboard of your life is being flipped by my hand. The very things that were used to hold you down will now become the steps you use to climb up. I'm about to change the narrative of your life so drastically that people will need to reintroduce themselves to you. They will not recognize the person standing in front of them because the aura of defeat is being replaced by the mantle of victory. You have been in the valley for so long that you have forgotten what the view looks like from the mountaintop. But get ready, for I am lifting you up. I am taking you from the back of the line to the front. I am taking you from the pit, just like Joseph, and placing you in the palace. It happens quickly. It happens suddenly. And it is happening now. I want you to prepare for a public vindication. I have seen the way people treated you when you were down. I saw the smirks on their faces when you stumbled. I heard them say, "He is finished, she will never make it." They thought they were writing your obituary, but they were only reading the introduction to your greatest chapter. I allowed them to see you low so that they would have no choice but to acknowledge my power when I raise you high. They will watch you rise. They will see doors open for you that were double locked. They will see favor chasing you down the street. And they will come to you confused, asking, "How did you do it? How did you survive?" And you will simply point to heaven. Your success will be the greatest sermon ever preached to them. I am not blessing you to make them jealous. I am blessing you to make them witnesses. They will know that there is a God in Israel because of what I am about to do in your life. Listen to my promise in Deuteronomy 28:13, and let it burn into your spirit. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. Do you understand what this means? You have been the tail for too long, dragged behind, pushed around the last, to receive the last, to know subject to the whims of others. You have lived in reaction mode, constantly dodging the blows of life. But today, I am flipping the script. You are becoming the head. The head decides. The head leads. The head sees coming. You are moving from the position of a victim to the position of a victor. You are moving from under the circumstances to above only. No longer will you be a slave to debt, a slave to fear, or a slave to people's opinions. You are taking charge. I am restoring your authority. Walk with your head high, my child. The days of looking down in shame are gone forever. The king is in the room, and he is raising you up. My child, I want to speak to the financial giant that has been standing in your path. I know the stress that money, or the lack of it, has caused you. I see the mental calculations you do every single day. I see you deciding which bill to pay and which one to delay. I see the anxiety that spikes when the mail arrives or when the phone rings with an unknown number. You have been living in a survival mode, operating from a place of scarcity, constantly worrying that the bottom is about to fall out. You have prayed, Lord, I just need enough to get by. But today I am canceling that prayer. Just enough is not my will for you. My will is more than enough. My will is overflow. My will is for you to be the lender and not the borrower. I am about to release a financial breakthrough into your life that comes from nowhere. You have been looking at your job, your salary, or your current clients as your only source of supply. You are calculating your future based on your fixed income. But you are forgetting who your father is. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. The silver is mine and the gold is mine. I am not limited by the economy of your country. I am not limited by your boss's budget. I can trigger a transfer of wealth into your hands in a nanosecond. Get ready for the unexpected. I am talking about checks in the mail from forgotten sources. I am talking about debts that you thought you would be paying for years suddenly being canceled or paid off by supernatural means. I am talking about investments you made years ago suddenly maturing. I am talking about a settlement, a rebate, an inheritance, or a gift that you did not see coming. I am about to open doors that no man can shut. I will give you favor with people who don't even like you, causing them to bless you against their own will. I will give you a business idea and a dream that when executed will generate more in a month than you used to make in a year. Why am I doing this? Why am I entrusting you with this abundance? Listen closely, I am not blessing you just so you can buy more things. I am blessing you because I know your heart. I know that when you have, you give. I have seen you give when you had almost nothing. I have seen you share your last meal. I have seen you help others while you were hurting. You are a kingdom financier. I am raising you up to be a conduit of my resources. I need people on this earth who can fund my kingdom, who can feed the poor, who can build the orphanages, and who can support the widows without asking a bank for permission. I am breaking the spirit of poverty off your bloodline today. It stops with you. Your children will not know the lack that you knew. Your grandchildren will walk in the houses you built. You are the cycle breaker. The poverty mentality that says money is evil or we are meant to be poor is a lie from the pit of hell designed to keep my people powerless. Reject it. Receive the abundance I am pouring out. Open your hands wide. Stop clenching them in fear. The drought is over. The rain is here, and it is going to be a heavy rain. If you are ready to receive this supernatural provision, if you are ready to manage resources for the kingdom, I want you to type "Breakthrough is mine" in the comments. Do not just type it, shout it in your spirit. Claim it. It is already on the way. My child, I know there are wounds in your heart that did not come from physical blows, but from words. I have seen the damage caused by the wagging tongues of others. I know about the lies that were whispered in secret to tarnish your reputation. I know about the people who smile to your face while stabbing you in the back. You have felt the crushing weight of injustice. You have screamed in your pillow, "It's not fair. They are lying about me. Why do they hate me?" You wanted to defend yourself. You wanted to call them out, to expose their hypocrisy, to set the record straight. But I whispered to you, "Be still." I held your tongue. I told you that vengeance is mine and that I would repay. And now the time of repayment has arrived. But my repayment does not look like what you think. I am not going to destroy them. I am going to elevate you right in front of their faces. You see, if I destroyed them, they wouldn't be around to see your glory. I need them to survive. I need them to be the audience for your coronation. I am setting the stage for a public vindication that will leave no room for doubt about who is with you and who is against you. I want you to understand the power of Psalm 23:5. It says, "Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies." Have you ever wondered why I do that? Why don't I remove the enemies first? Why don't I send them away before I bless you? It is because I want them to watch. I want those who said you would amount to nothing to see you feasting on my abundance. I want those who mocked your dreams to see you living inside those very dreams. I will force them to sit and watch you eat. They cannot touch the food, they cannot join the party, but they must witness the favor of God upon your life. This is my justice. You do not need to send that angry text. You do not need to gossip about them to get even. Your success is the best revenge. Your joy is the greatest weapon. When they see you smiling, glowing, and prospering after everything they tried to do to bury you, it will confuse them. They will wonder, how is she still standing? How is he still blessed? They threw dirt on you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. The very dirt they used to bury you became the soil for your growth. Get ready for your name to be cleared. I am scrubbing the shame off your identity. Where there was a question mark over your character, I am placing an exclamation point of honor. People who avoided you will suddenly seek your counsel. Doors that were slammed shut by men will be blown off the hinges by my hand. I am restoring the years that the locusts of slander have eaten. Raise your head. You are not the victim of their lies. You are the evidence of my truth. Walk in this new honor, for I have vindicated you in the courts of heaven, and soon the earth will follow suit. My child, I am a God of seasons, but I am also a God of suddenlies. There are times for patient endurance, and there are times for rapid acceleration. You have endured. You have waited. You have sown in tears for years. Now hear my prophetic word to you. You are entering a week of acceleration. I am putting a timeline on your expectation to stir up your faith. Within the next 7 days, the atmosphere around you is going to shift tangibly. I am releasing a wind of change that will blow away the stagnation that has settled over your life. Mark this moment. Look at the calendar. For in 7 days, you will look back and realize that something major has turned. I am not speaking of a vague feeling. I am speaking of concrete evidence. I want you to be hyper alert. I want you to watch your phone. I want you to check your email. I want you to pay attention to the conversations you have in the grocery store. I am about to send a sign. It may start small, like a cloud the size of a man's hand that Elijah saw before the heavy rain. It might be a phone call from an old friend with an idea. It might be a random refund check. It might be an unexpected invitation. It might be a dream so vivid that you wake up with the taste of victory in your mouth. Do not dismiss these things as coincidences. They are the first drops of the deluge. They are the breadcrumbs leading you to the banquet. I am aligning the stars of your destiny. In these next 168 hours, I am moving people out of your way and moving angels into position. I am softening the hearts of pharaohs, those who have held your resources captive. I am giving you the tongue of the learned, so that when you speak, doors open. But you must be ready. You cannot catch a ball if your hands are in your pockets. You cannot receive a download if your mind is cluttered with noise. Here is your instruction for these next 7 days. Fast from negativity. Do not speak a single word of doubt. Do not complain about your current situation, not even once. If you feel a complaint rising, swallow it and replace it with a praise. Say, "Thank you, Lord, for what is coming." Clean your house both physically and spiritually. Prepare the guest room for the blessing. Act as if the dignitary is already on the doorstep. If you are not sensitive, you might miss my knock. I often come packaged in ways you do not expect. The answer might not come in the front door. It might come through the window. It might not look like a check. It might look like an opportunity for work. It might not look like a healing. It might look like a dietary change. But if you are listening to my spirit, you will recognize the shift. I am accelerating your timeline. What should have taken 10 years, I can do in 7 days. The delay is over. The waiting room is closed. The delivery truck is backing up to your house. Are you ready to receive? Watch, pray, believe. The shift is here. My child, I hear the ticking of the clock that haunts you. I know the regret that washes over you when you look at the calendar and realize how much time has passed. You look at your age, and you compare it to where you thought you would be by now. You see the gray hairs, the wrinkles, or just the number of years that seem to have slipped through your fingers like sand. You look back at the lost decade, the years consumed by a sickness that wouldn't leave, the years wasted in a marriage that was doomed from the start, the years spent wandering in the wilderness of addiction, depression, or confusion. You feel that you have missed your prime. You feel that the window of opportunity has closed and locked. You whisper to yourself, "It's too late for me. I can never get that time back." But listen to the voice of the Eternal One. I created time. I am not subject to it. I stand outside of time, and I hold the power to manipulate it for the sake of my chosen ones. You are looking at time linearly, but I work exponentially. I am here to declare the promise of Joel 2:25 over your life. And I will restore to you the years that the locust hath eaten, the cankerworm, and the caterpillar, and the palmer worm. Do you hear me? I did not say I would just help you cope with the loss. I said I would restore the years. I am writing a check to you for the time that was stolen. How can I restore time? I do it through divine acceleration. In the natural world, it takes a cornstalk months to grow. But in my presence, Aaron's rod budded, blossomed, and produced almonds overnight. I can compress 10 years of blessings into 10 months. I can bring you an opportunity tomorrow that normally takes a lifetime to achieve. I can propel you so fast that you will overtake those who started running while you were still crawling. You think you are behind, but you are just in the slingshot. You have been pulled back, yes, pulled back by pain, pulled back by delay, pulled back by trauma. But the further you are pulled back, the farther you will fly when I release my finger. And I am releasing it now. Do not envy those who seem ahead of you. They may be walking, but you are about to fly. I am going to make the rest of your life the best of your life. The years of sorrow will be forgotten in the abundance of joy I am about to pour out. I will give you double for your trouble. For every tear you shed in those wasted years, I will give you a diamond of wisdom. For every night of loneliness, I will give you a season of influence. Stop mourning the past. Stop visiting the graves of your old mistakes. If I have forgiven you, you must forgive yourself. The guilt of wasted time is a chain that keeps you from running the race I have set before you today. Cut the chain. I am the Redeemer. I redeem souls, but I also redeem time. Your best days are not in your memory. They are in your destiny. The restoration has begun. Catch up is not just possible, it is inevitable. My child, we have traveled deep into the spirit realm together today. I have validated your pain. I have explained your isolation, and I have revealed the glorious future that is waiting for you. But revelation without agreement is just potential. It is not power. For these words to become flesh in your life, for these promises to manifest in your physical reality, you must come into full agreement with me. You must sign the contract. We are about to enter into a covenant moment. This is where the shift becomes permanent. This is where you draw a line in the sand and tell the enemy you can no longer cross this line. I want you to find a quiet moment right now. Ignore the distractions around you. Focus your eyes on this screen, but focus your spirit on my throne. I want you to lay your hand over your heart, the heart that has been broken, the heart that has carried so much heavy anxiety. Feel it beating. That is the rhythm of my grace sustaining you. Now I want you to open your mouth and repeat this prayer after me. Do not just think it, speak it. Your voice has the power to command angels. Say this: Heavenly Father, I come to you today, just as I am. I surrender my need to control the outcome. I surrender my anxiety about tomorrow. I release the weight of the past, the pain of rejection, and the shame of my mistakes. I forgive those who hurt me, not because they deserve it, but because I deserve peace. I accept my calling as a chosen one. I accept that I am set apart for a purpose. I thank you that my impossible is becoming your miracle. I claim the restoration of my years. I claim the financial overflow. I receive the vindication that is coming. I am ready for the shift. I am ready to lead. I am ready to receive. My life belongs to you. Amen. Feel the weight lifting off your shoulders. That is the feeling of freedom. That is the feeling of the chains breaking. You have just aligned your will with mine, and when those two things align, nothing in the universe can stop the momentum. Now you must seal this covenant. In the ancient days, covenants were sealed with a mark. Today, your mark is your public declaration. I want you to go to the comment section right now and type these 3 words: I am chosen. Do not hesitate. Do not let the enemy whisper, it's just a comment. No, it is a prophetic act. It is you driving a stake into the ground. It is you signing your name on the bottom of this divine contract. Type, I am chosen, to lock this blessing into your life forever. Do it now and watch how the atmosphere shifts around you. My child, the decree has been issued. The angels have been dispatched. The walls of your Jericho have already fallen flat in the spirit realm. And it is only a matter of moments before the dust settles and you see the victory with your physical eyes. I have handled the impossible for you. I have silenced the accuser. I have commanded the wealth of the wicked to be laid up for the just. You are about to walk into a season so bright that it will blind the shadows of your past. But listen to me carefully now. Lean in close. There is one final critical instruction you must hear. Without this, you might receive the blessing, but fail to keep it. Getting the blessing is one thing. Sustaining the blessing is another. History is filled with people whom I raised up, but who fell back down because they were not equipped for the weight of the glory. You see, when you were at the bottom, the enemy ignored you. You were not a threat. But now that you are rising, now that you are becoming a city set on a hill, you have appeared on the enemy's radar in a new way. New levels bring new devils. The moment you step into your financial breakthrough and your public vindication, a different kind of opposition will try to approach you. It is not the loud, roaring lion you are used to. It is a silent, slithering snake. There is a specific spiritual enemy that waits at the very threshold of your destiny. Its assignment is to sabotage you right when you are at the finish line. It comes disguised as a friend, or perhaps as a sudden distraction, or even as pride in your own heart. I want to tell you its name. I want to give you the weapon to defeat it before it even touches you. I want to hand you the keys to kingdom management so that your wealth doesn't just last for a lifetime, but for generations. But your spirit is full right now. You have received much today. You need time to digest this meat, to let the healing I have poured out soak into your wounds. I cannot give you the heavy artillery until you have fully embraced the healing. So I am going to hold this final secret for our next meeting. I am preparing a specific message that will reveal this hidden enemy and the strategy to crush him. You must be vigilant. You must keep your eyes on this channel. Do not let yourself be disconnected from this source, for the next word I speak will be the instruction that secures your legacy. For now, walk in the confidence that the battle has been turned. The impossible is done. The shift has happened. Go in peace, but stay alert. The next time you hear my voice, I will arm you for the war you didn't know was coming, and I will ensure you win that one too. I am preparing you. Be ready. I love you.